Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to an episode of Tester Tech. Today I want to show you a little program I made. It's a GUI I made in Python using the Tkinter library, and it extends my previous videos. I was just looking for a program to easily be able to test color schemes generated by Pywal. For who's interesting, if you're interested in changing color schemes in not only i3 but also in Plasma, then this video probably is interesting for you. I will show you the script and a working demo. And before we dive into it, in case you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It helps me out a lot with the channel. Without further ado, let's dig into the video. Hey, what's going on everyone? So let's have another look at that Pywal script. And yeah, I've been working on some utility. And this I've already discussed how to change the plasma color schemes. So if you're interested in that, do check the video out. But I now created a small utility. Let's go to image browser. So here I have main. And this is the Rise i3 from scratch Pywal. Of course, we'll have the link to the repository in the description. Check it out. And for this, you just need to sudo dnf install -3 tkinter. And this is the same for if you're on Ubuntu. You can also install Python 3 tkinter. So I already have it installed, but do it anyways. And you just need to install pillow pip install pillow. Okay, already satisfied. And these two you need. I have Python 3.10 here. 3.10. This works fine. So I'm on Fedora, but probably it will also work on other distributions of Linux. And I guess Mac maybe, but just try it out, let me know. Or maybe create a fork of the repository, who knows. So this is just to extend a little bit, and I wanted to play around with creating an interface and doing more with Pywal and not being all in the command line the whole time, just to create something visual. It's image browser, and the image browser uses Tkinter. And this is the splash screen, first screen you see. So next, navigation button, so next, previous. Pywal, which runs Pywal on this script. And I'll show you the script in a minute. Exit speaks for itself, and get colors. So if you do this now, you get the current color scheme here. And I created like buttons for it. You can press them, but nothing happens. It's just to show the colors. So this is actually the composition of some of these colors are used in coloring the applications. Right, so if you go here, for example, you can press Pywal, and it runs the Pywal script, and it immediately changes the color. All that good stuff here. So let's open up console. So you need to have pictures wallpapers, and you can change it in the script. But I was thinking of creating a browse button here, something that you can browse and select a different directory. But for now, it's hard coded in the script, in the Python script. I'll show you it in a minute. So I've done this. I run Pywal on it. Color scheme has changed, and also, of course, like you saw in previous videos, all the other applications are also changed. And then you can do get colors, and you can basically see what the XRDB colors are. And what this does is XRDB, and then grab color. Yeah, goes a list of colors. So for example, color foreground, I think it's color 0. Color background, some other color. Let's check for foreground here. This is the lighter one, B1. So this color 7 is the foreground. Maybe I will put that in the Pywal script, but you have to see. And the background, this one, so 0F. So it's color, that's indeed color 0. So the background is color 0. The foreground was color 7. Yeah. So, but these are 17 colors. And you have 6 as well in there. So there are some, yeah, I would say similar colors. But that's all because the Pywal, and that uses wall. There's eye, etc. on the image, right? But if you're interested in that, check out one of my previous videos, I would say. And of course, you can also read the documentation in the GitHub repository of Pywal. But yeah, this is the image browser, and you can click, see some preview. So I spent some time on the scaling. And now it looks okay, so it doesn't shift too much. But yeah, it's a very simple interface. I'm not a hardcore developer or something, but yeah, I just like to play around with code sometimes in my spare time. And I created this, and I will show you the script in a minute. So you can run Pywal again, and we'll apply the color scheme here, as you can see. And then get colors, and you'll see the color scheme is being used. So it's a very cool script, I would say. So this is indeed the script. This is the Pywal.sh. And this is the main. So let's first look at this one. So some comment here. And import OS, import subprocess, Tkinter for the interfacing. So I'll do button, label, and TK itself. And pill. Dus fork of pillow. So it's for image manipulation. So the image library, Python image library. So image TK and image. Some forward and backward labels. And your home directory, OS path expand. So I use it here. So you can use home variable and it automatically detects what it is. So the wallpapers there is here. If you have a different location, just specify it here, I would say. So let's move all the way down. It's maybe easier to explain it because it starts here, of course. So if name is main, it will scan the whole file and it will say, the name is main, and it will start here. It's entry point. So this is TK, root is the root canvas. And then it will initiate TK with a scaling parameter. So maybe if it's not rendering on your system, check out this scaling parameter. I put it at 4, but yeah, you just have to play around with it maybe. Maybe I'll put a link to the documentation here for you. And yeah. So I've looked at the documentation and I'll put the link in the code. Because I'm guessing for this, my full HD display should be 2. So DPI, so 15.6 full HD is a DPI of 141. Your DPI may vary, of course. You can figure it out what the DPI is, of course. So I put it into. Anyways, let's continue. So we have the title here, geometry, some background color, some padding, add images to list, and this will jump to that. Create a list of images and list of original images. So list of images will be the one that's used for the thumbnail, and this will hold the true image. And I will run the Pywal on this image on the list of original images. So it goes to the path, and if it's a file, then it will append it to the path. So it can go recursively. And yeah, there's no filtering on it at this moment. So if you have a text in there or PDF or whatever, it will not show it in the preview. Well, it will probably increment the amount of images it says it found. Just be aware of that at this moment. So, and then it builds the lists, and then it goes to the scale and crop images. So that's here. So it has the image and reduce factor, determine scale of image. So it's kind of like a functional programming type of script is. Yeah, so it jumps from one function to another one. I think it's easy to read, but you do need to go from one function to another one. It's not object-oriented, this whole setup. Just one file, of course, as well. So anyways, determine scaling factor. And I see I don't have type hinting in this version, but I will add it before I publish it. Anyways, reduce factor to default, and then it goes into the width of the image. So if it's smaller than 1024, then it doesn't scale it actually. And if it's between this, it will reduce it by 4. And if it's bigger, it will reduce it by 6, and also the height. So yeah, you can tinker around with it, but it's reasonably okay, I would say. All right, so and then you have the scaling factor. And then I built a low-res image, and I reduce it by the factor. So and then I go again into the image, and I pick up low-res image 1 because I want to crop it. And I crop it to 800 by 500. And then I add that to the list as well. And in the end, I also append the image 1 to the list of original images. So you have 2 lists, one for the preview cropped images and one original. And you can refer it like that. So that's what this does. And then it puts it on a grid. So this is like the first screen you see, the Pywal image browser. And then it does add it to the grid, and button, back, exit, forward, button, Pywal colors. These are all the buttons. And as you can maybe see here, if you launch it, the back button is disabled initially. And for example, forward is a command lambda, and forward 1. This is a code, so we can go into there. So the last is to place the buttons in the grid itself, as you can see here. So let's go here. This is forward, and this will navigate another image. And what it does is just forward here on the image number +1. So it just triggers itself forward, image number +1. So that's what it does. All right, and every navigation, whether it be back or forward, it goes through the prep move. And then you pass the image number +1, of course, this the one here. Set current image, is here. So this is just setting the global one. And so forget first, and then puts it on the grid here. As you can see here, image on grid, label 1. All right, so from the list of images, it puts the small one on the grid, and then updates the label, so image number of list of images to the total one. Yeah, and that's it for that. So that's the whole grid thing. And then you come to the next one, the Pywal. So it's run wall on image, and then it picks up the image number of the global variable. And the file name is the list of original images, image number, and then the file name. And it does the subprocess run on the Pywal script. And this is the same Pywal script I used in the previous videos. Just have it on the script's location. It should work fine, but you can also change it if you want. It's no problem. So, and then have the file name. So if you're unsure about this whole thing, just watch my previous video what say. I'll have the link to the description. So it runs it on the file name and applies to Pywal, right? And then the colors button, there's this one. So the colors button was get colors from XRDB. This one here. So also sub-process. And basically queries, like I showed you previously, XRDB query color, and it returns colors. And then we have the colors here. So because I use sub-process get status output, it returns like 2 keys. And key 1 is the result of this query. And key 0 is the status. So I pick up the second one, the result of the query. And then I create a color dict. So for that, the color dict, here you have it. I just split it, use a regular expression for that. Or no regex here, but just splitting it, I see. Yeah. All right, so that's done. And then a grid, and then I iterate over the grid. Yeah, so column, incremental columns, basically. So if it's 7, then does this. And if it's 13, it goes to the next column. All right. And then it puts those buttons on the grid, and that's it. So I think I talked you through the whole script, and yeah, just one. This is needed for TK main loop, just to start the whole thing. So that's basically the whole thing. And if you're wondering about the change of the colors, it's in here. And I also talked about this in the previous video. And the plasma thing is here, and the other ones are also here. So this should speak fairly for itself. Yeah, so here we have the whole script. Look at this one. A stack layout here. And you can basically navigate through all the images. Let's say this one, you want to Pywal it. Let's open up a dolphin here. And then you Pywal it. It updates the whole thing here. And it sets it as a background, of course. And you can also, so yeah, basically why I created, I wanted to test these colors that are being generated. So if you do get colors, it will query the XRDB. And then you could say, well, this color here, and then you can match it, right? Tune it and make use of that whole information in one single overview. So yeah, and just play around with it. Press these Pywal, it will update it automatically, and then get the colors. So for example, this, let's put this on the colors. And you can maybe see that it's not super ideal. So I would say this is quite light, but it's a light color. So maybe, yeah, you can tweak it. And I would say get colors, and then you can see here what kind of colors there are used. So for that, let's look at this specific example. I would say the text here, foreground text. It's the one maybe that needs to be lighter, or I think lighter in this case. So like color 10. And then you would look at this script. So the pywal.sh. Go into here. This is the whole plasma color scheme, and just check. All right, what is it? I'm guessing it's a window. And the foreground link color 5. Let's see. This. No, it's not this one. Maybe it's view. So that's a little bit difficult because you have to do matching between the one and the other. So here you have the foreground neutral, color 0. The foreground normal is also color 0. And this is the dark one. Yeah, so I found it, and I think I should change it, but let me show you. So this is the KDE, yeah, system settings, and I clicked here on the color scheme, and then you have this whole editor here, so it makes it a little bit easier. And then you go to colors, and the text is this one, normal text. So the view normal text is this one, right? If you're not hovering it. So let's go to here. So view and normal text is indeed color 0. So this one is a darker one. So and then you have the window normal background, and that's this one, the grayish. So I was looking, window normal background is just a fixed color. So let's fix that. So I'm looking at this, and it's like the brown and the window normal color. What will be, so I'd like to hear from you as well. So what will be I like the grayish actually, so it's a little bit darker. The color here is quite, yellow. Wouldn't it make more sense if we pick a yellow color for this one, color 2 maybe, for the window normal background? It will definitely change it significantly. So let's just try it out. Why not? Copy, paste, save it. And this is in my script, so it's immediately effectuated. Let's, on Pywal. Now it did change it. Nice. So yeah, that's basically the goal of this, is to tweak it, tune it, and see it, the effect without going to the command line. So guys, what do you think? So I'm already liking this thing that I just changed. So this is also a cool one. This quote, do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Act with purpose. Death stands at your elbow. Be good for something while you live, and it is in your power. So think about the last thing. Be good for something while you live, and it's in your power. Yeah, so some based statement I would say there. I don't know exactly who he was, but yeah, I totally agree with this one. But yeah, that's a very nice wallpaper actually. So let me see if I can find the source, and I'll link it as well if you like it. For the most of the wallpapers are from Pexels actually. So let's see this one, right? So Pywal, get the colors, and let's go to the console here. Yeah, it does indeed make a good change here. Yeah. So I like it. So let's go to one that I know. This one, for example, Pywal, very colorful one. There you go. It's very colorful if you're into that. Oh, one thing, still I forgot. What if you have KDE? Will it still work? Yes, it will still work. Only the wallpaper itself will not change. I can show it in KDE. Let's log out here. Let's log out here, of course. Log out, yes. So now we're in KDE. This is the console. Sorry, this is the Dolphin. Open up the terminal. So a little bit struggling with the capture card, but bear with me here. So this. Let's go into the Git Rise Pywal. Image browser. Main. So it's here. Yeah. So it's the same, right? So the only thing that it doesn't do, unfortunately, is set a wallpaper. So this blue one, for example, let's Pywal here. And yeah, it applied it. And let's get colors. Yeah. All right, click here with Windows pressed. So yeah, the only thing that it doesn't do is apply the wallpaper. For the rest, it's the same. Let's go to the test case again. This one. Run the Pywal. Do you hear a ding? That's the messaging service. And yeah, it did apply it indeed. And let's get the colors. So in principle, it also works on KDE. So maybe someone can come up with a way to set the wallpaper if it's KDE. I'm guessing, yeah, it's a little bit clunky, but you can right click probably and set it as wallpaper here anyways. But yeah. Ideally, this will be in one go, right? So you don't want to have this whole thing open. But yeah, still to play around with color scheme, I think it's nice. Let's put the act with purpose. Let's run it. Yeah, so it's a little bit more purplish. Even I don't know if that's a word, but yeah. Let's put this one as a wallpaper. So you see this is not updated. I mean the TK. Close it. Open it again. Oops. Yeah. So now it is indeed updated. Colors. So maybe it also works in GNOME. But you have to see. Yeah, and I think this is just about it. See ya.